Hey there, every week I post 4 problems for parents, students, teachers to practice using tape diagrams to visually represent their understanding of word problems at their level. And the purpose of this is for tape diagrams to help students and everybody to understand the problem from a conceptual point of view rather than just having them just grab numbers from the problem and do random arithmetic. Each week I also post the answers. That's what this video is about. In the video description down below, I've included links directly to each problem so you can focus on the problems you're most interested in. I also, in the video description, include links to the problems themselves. So let's get started on this. And our first elementary problem, early elementary, Melanie. She has 10 balloons. 4 of the balloons are red. 2 of the balloons are green. The rest of the balloons are blue. All right, so since we only have one character, Melanie, I'm probably, and let's go and let's make this kind of a blank screen here. There we go. All right, since I only have one character, Melanie, I'm probably only going to have one tape for, what the heck? Right here. There we are. I'm probably only going to have one tape to represent this problem. It says she has 10 balloons. So that means this total represents the 10 balloons. And then 4 of the balloons are red. I don't know what that looks like. Let's say this. This is the red balloons. It says 2 of the balloons are green. I don't know what that's going to look like. Let's call that green. And that's your 2 balloons. And then it says the rest of the balloons are blue. So this right here is our rest. And we need to know how many balloons are blue. And we're going to let our students work on it now that they understand the problem. But of course, what they're probably going to do is something along the lines of recognizing that this and this is equal to 6. And then 10 minus 6 is 4. So therefore, we have 4 blue balloons. All right, now the upper elementary, 20 apples are shared equally between 5 baskets. How many apples are there in 2 of the baskets? So what is that going to look like? Well, I think I'm going to just use a one tape diagram and say, well, here's my 5 baskets. And these 5 baskets are holding 20 apples. And then I want to know how many apples are in 2 of these baskets. Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 20 and I'm going to divide by 5. That gives me 4 apples inside each of the baskets. 2 of those baskets is a total of 8 apples in those 2 baskets. All right, for the middle school problem, Katie thinks of a number. 3/4 of half of Katie's number is 21. Oh my goodness. So again, this seems like it's going to be a one tape diagram kind of a problem. And it says 3/4 of half is 21. Okay, so let's do this in parts. So first I'm going to cut it in half. And then I need 3/4 of half. And so that's going to be this, this, and this. And we are told that 3/4 is equal to 21. So we are told that these pieces right here are equal to 21. So that means each of those little pieces is 7, which means this piece right here is 7 because this was supposed to be half. And we were told that this was 3/4, so 3 out of 4. And that means this other side is also cut into 4 pieces, and each of those 4 pieces are valued at 7. So what's the value of the entire thing? 8 units at 7 each is equal to 56. All right, now moving down to the challenge. Here we go. The big deal. the challenge. So Donovan and Jaden have some jelly beans. Donovan has 77 more jelly beans than Jaden. Donovan eats 60% of his jelly beans. Jaden eats a quarter of his jelly beans. They now have an equal amount of jelly beans. Okay, that's the key. So first off, we have two characters, Donovan and Jaden. And it says at some point they have eaten enough jelly beans so that they each have the exact same amount of jelly beans. All right, so Jaden, oopsies, right there. All right, so Jaden has eaten 3/4 of his, no, he has eaten 1/4 of his jelly beans. So we are currently looking at 3/4 of Jaden's jelly beans. And then it says Donovan had eaten 60% of his jelly beans. So we are currently looking at 40% of his jelly beans. And I know that 40% is 2/5. So that tells me we are looking at 2 pieces for Donovan. All right. Now let's fill in the rest of this picture. All right. So if this is for Donovan 40%, that means I need another 3 of these pieces. 1, 2, 3 to fill in his remaining 60% that he had eaten. And then I can see that Jaden has eaten 1/4. So we're looking at 3. We need to just add in 1 more 1/4 right there. And then the distance from here to here is the 70 jelly beans that Donovan had more than Jaden. All right, so we need to know how many jelly beans did Jaden have at the start. So we're basically trying to figure out what is this total right there. All right, so now the trick is these are not the same sized units, are they? So I'm going to temporarily, let's mask this. Let's see if I can do this. No, it won't let me. Let's see if I can do it again. There we go. All right, so I'm going to temporarily mask this. Okay, so there. All right, there we go. All right, so looking at just this piece, if I cut each of Jaden's pieces into 2 pieces and cut each of Donovan's pieces into 3 pieces, we will now have equal parts. So I'm going to cut each of Donovan's into 3s. And I'm going to cut each of Jaden's into 2. And we now have equal sized units. All right. So that means each of Donovan's units, big units, original units, are supposed to be cut into 3. And I'm going to delete that now. So I know each of Donovan's big units are supposed to be cut into 3 pieces. And each of Jaden's units is supposed to be cut into 2. There's only 1 extra piece right there. There we are. And then I need to figure out how many did Jaden have at the start right here. Well, the cool thing is we can see right, let's do it in this green. These from here over to here. So how many pieces, how many units is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these 7 units represent 77. So 7 units is equal to 77. So 1 unit is equal to 11. So inside each of these units, these tiny little units, is 11 jelly beans. So that's for Donovan, a lot of 11s. And then for Jaden, he also has a bunch of 11s. And I need to figure out, well, how much did Jaden have all together? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8 units at 11 units, 11 each, 11 jelly beans. So Jaden had 88 jelly beans at the start. And that wraps up the answer key for September 10th.